How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I wanted to talk about the best budget Signature Series players in MLB The Show 19. Recently, the game has been included in the PlayStation Plus store for the month of October as a free download. With that, MLB The Show has come out with a stub sale once again. Stubs are about 20%, 30%, 40% off depending on which price you buy. And I have the 67,500 stub price highlighted. It is $30. If you download the game and buy that amount of stubs, you will be able to get a lot of these players that are listed here in this video, as well as a lot of these cards are free to just kind of grind out some moments. This Jason Kendall is one of them. If you play a variety of Signature Series team moments where you're using a lot of these cards, playing against a lot of these cards, you can play against the computer and unlock these cards for your Diamond Dynasty team. If you're new to the game and want to get into the online experience, then you're going to be going up against some pretty good teams because we're already multiple months within the game cycle. So you want to get some of these players if you can. If you want to practice against the computer, this is a great way to do so. Unlock some of these players for your Diamond Dynasty team. They will play a variety of positions. The one position that's kind of scarce in Signature Series players is the relief pitcher position or closing pitcher position. At least for budget guys, a lot of the Signature Series pitchers or relievers are expensive, except for this Wade Davis. This Wade Davis is a free card. You will want to pick him up by playing the 15 games against the computer. He's pretty good, as well as the one thing about him that's on the downside is he doesn't have the best control in the similarity from other Signature Series pitchers. So anyway, Ron Guidry is another starting pitcher that you can get by completing these signature team moments. I think that this card is a great budget option. He does have a good repertoire, a slider as his primary, so that's kind of different than a lot of other players in the game. I think that he has kind of a deceptive motion. I have yet to get him, but I have seen him in the game. So Adrian Gonzalez would be a great power hitter for you to add onto your squad with great defense. Definitely one of the best budget players in the entire game, in my opinion. And it does require a few more Signature Series team moments. A lot of these will take time. That's why I started the video off with them, because you can collect all of them, go into Legends and Flashbacks in the collections, highlight signature teams, and go ahead and lock in the players that were previous to this one, and you can earn this Vladimir Guerrero 99 overall outfielder. That would be probably the best right fielder option for you right away. I think doing so, you will be able to unlock XP and stuff like that, completing some of the Sony partner moments. I would also recommend doing that because you can unlock a good amount of Signature Series players in that program as well. We see Twin Gaming's Adam Wainwright. This card is really good, and this card doesn't take as much time to unlock like the other ones that were previous to this one. So Bartolo Colon is another one. You can unlock this card by completing Cougs' Sony partner moments. Definitely not as good as the Adam Wainwright, but still an effective pitcher, especially if you're just trying the game out. You're just starting off your Diamond Dynasty squad. You're trying to get that online experience. And I think that this card is good. He will be able to locate for you. Another card you're going to really want to pick up is Billy Williams, Signature Series Billy Williams from Healy's Moments. Definitely a solid outfielder option. He can also play first base. So if you didn't want to grind out all those signature team moments for Adrian Gonzalez, this card can also play first base for you. And I think the other cards I have in this video will kind of fill the outfield positions, if that makes sense. Another card that's very cheap if you wanted to leave Billy Williams in the outfield, Keith Hernandez is a part of the Signature Series choice pack, and he is around 10,000 stubs. You can sell him for 10,000, or you can buy him for around 7,500, 8,000 stubs. Definitely a really good choice here. Another card that you could have unlocked a little bit ago within a program, I believe, at 200 program stars, is this Tony Perez. This card is going for about 13,000 stubs. So if you kind of budget the stubs, if you bought some to start the game off, once you downloaded it for free, if you kind of budget your stubs out that way, and I'm kind of just trying to build a team with 67,500 stubs. That's kind of the focus that I was looking at on this video. I think that you could build a pretty good team with that amount. I think you could even build a good team with 30,000 stubs, if that makes sense. The tier below the $30, I think if that one's 30, then the other one will be like 15 or 20. You can get like 25,000 stubs. I think you can build a pretty good team, get a couple good players, as well as grinding out a couple of these free options you can unlock a couple of these really good cards. I mean, most of these cards are about 10,000 stubs. Some of them are going to be a little bit higher, and I will mention when those are. But Brandon Phillips is another great option. His swing is really good in the game. He has a very quick swing. Will be easy to hit the baseball if you're brand new to the game, or easier in that sense. Jack Morris would probably be the best budget pitcher, I think, out of all of these guys, as well as Adam Wainwright. I think Jack Morris and Adam Wainwright are the best ones. Wainwright might be a little bit better, but this card definitely has a really good repertoire, really good per nines, and great clutch. So if there's guys on base, he is going to pitch well. Dante Bichette might be a really good power hitter for you to get. Doesn't really have any fielding at all. 67 is kind of on the low end. If you have some of the other cards I mentioned, then you might not want to use this card, but he might be a great bench bat for you. You will have to have some guys on the bench, and if you do buy more stubs, then you might go with a couple more options on the bench. You might stack your team up a little bit better. I think that with the game being free, that option there, and trying some of these legends out, trying some of these flashbacks out, some of these players that are really good in the game, would be a great experience for a lot of new players in the game, and they might find that they like the game, enjoy it, and want to purchase the game next year or something like that. But Whitey Ford has been able to be unlocked for quite a while now, and I don't think you can earn him anymore, but he's still fairly cheap just because there are so many of them available. He was a program player, I believe. This Matt Carpenter is also pretty low in price. Definitely a solid hitter against both lefties and righties. You kind of want to balance your lineup with lefties and righties both. This card can play middle infield, or I guess the infield positions, not except for shortstop, but second base, third base, and first base, definitely some good positions there. Kind of want to platoon a player here and there, you can do that as well as you build your team up. Grinding the moments out and unlocking some of these players playing games will allow you to earn XP. You will be able to earn certain players throughout playing online games as well. This Jay Buhner is part of the pennant race division. If you play enough games and make it into the 500 rating, you can unlock this Jay Buhner. Definitely a really good power hitter. Lower vision at 73, but a little bit better fielding. He will have gold fielding in the outfield. Really good fielder in the game. Ozzie Smith, probably the best shortstop defensively in the game. Has a little bit lower arm strength than some other guys, but that 99 fielding with 99 reaction is really good. He's a signature series choice pack player, so he's fairly cheap. You saw in one of the other screenshots I bought this Russell Martin. He's about 7,500 stubs. He's going to be really good for me in this event. I'm going to be using him. I expect the Dodgers to advance, so I would think that Russell Martin might be usable in future events as well. So that's just kind of my guess there. Another really good pitcher to look at, or I guess budget pitcher, Tommy John. I wouldn't really use this card if you have a lot of Signature Series players on your team, but I think as a budget option, you have to include Tommy John. He has a really good pitch repertoire. His per nines aren't the highest, but the repertoire really makes up for that. Edwin Encarnacion is a great budget player, most recently released into this 8th inning program. I think this card is solid. I mean, he's not going to be a great defender for you, especially at third base, but if you don't have a first baseman and you want to go with the common fielder, he will make plays. He still will make some plays, but he might miss a few balls as well. Great power hitter, good bench option. If you're looking for more of an expensive player, this Lou Brock is going to be the most expensive player in the video. 30,000 stubs, and he's going to change the game for you. If you have this card in the leadoff spot, if you spend the extra stubs and get this budget player, I consider him a budget player. That means that a couple other guys could be budget players as well, but I think that he could change the game with that speed. Another card is Clayton Kershaw. As you play some of the games, unlock some of the moments and some of these Signature Series cards, then you will get XP at bronze level 75. I would recommend taking this Kershaw, and that would be the pick. I mean, he's the best pitcher in the game to this date, and he will be the best budget pitcher for you in the game. As well as once you get to silver level 1, if you have some of the other players in the video, you're going to want to go with an all-around 5-tool player in Tony Gwynn. I know a 5-tool player includes power. This card plays way above his stats in terms of power. 67, 69, he might as well have 80s. The way the contact works in the game with the vision and the clutch attribute, this card definitely performs well. But once again, if you're looking to buy some stubs after just downloading the game, I would definitely recommend it. So you can get 24,000 stubs for purchasing the lower tier in this one as well. I would probably recommend the 67,500 one. If you're going to go big and get the 150,000, you will be able to build a really good team right away. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm College Lefty, and until next time, guys, peace out.